Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to my channel, Ask Jimmy Smith. Today I am discussing the one key piece of software that you need to grow and scale your Amazon FBA business, especially if you're newer and you don't have a process for this particular thing. And really what we're talking about today is inventory management and replenishing those items that you've purchased. I know whenever I first started selling on Amazon way back in 2015, one of the hardest things to do was to be able to know how much of what particular products needed to be repurchased and sold again on Amazon. Otherwise, if you can't keep up with that information, you're going to be constantly grinding and searching for new products and just letting all of your old replenishable items fall off the table. And that is a huge problem for many sellers, is that they get into this, they're finding their first replenishable products like I teach on this channel, and they're doing all of this stuff, but they don't keep up with those items and continue to go back out and replenish them. And so I wanted to discuss today exactly how you should do it. Plus, if you're newer, how you can get it for free for 4, 5, 6 months, however long it takes you to go through the order minimum for this particular program. But before we get into that, I wanted to, as normal, remind you to leave a comment below on this video if you want to be entered into a chance to win my Amazon best-selling book, Side Hustle to Full-Time Income. This book has had hundreds of reviews on Amazon and has been a bestseller on Amazon for the last couple of years. And so I'm giving away a free physical copy to one lucky winner on this video. It will be posted in the next video, though, in the middle of that video. So make sure that you hit the notification bell and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss when that next video comes out and you can see if you are the lucky winner. But okay, let's get back into the information that I wanted to go through today, which is the one key to scaling your business. And in my opinion, I created this software with a team of people over the last few years, and it's been helping tons of different sellers at this point, and it's called Replen Dashboard. And the reason that I want to talk about Replen Dashboard is because it will help you keep up to date with the items that you need to repurchase for your business. If you can be selling $1,000 a month and then you continue to build on that, you don't let those items drop off, and then you find new ASINs, and then you go to $1,500 a month and then $2,000 a month, that's where this can be so powerful, because you don't lose those products. But I wanted to show you how this works, and specifically the website for Replen Dashboard is replendashboard.com, but the pricing. And we recently made a change in the last couple of months. It was kind of a quiet change until now, that if you are newer, then your first 500 total orders on your Amazon account are free. So if you are selling 50 things a month, you can be using Replen Dashboard for free for 10 months until you hit the 500 total orders. We did that because we believe in the product. We want to make sure that if you're newer, you don't have anything limiting you to grow and scale your business. So let's get you into using Replen Dashboard, brand new, fresh, out the gate. You can use it as long as it takes you to hit those 500 orders. Now, if you are experienced and you're selling 500 units a day, you get 30 days as the trial, the free trial for this. So I wanted to make that clear, because this is a change that we didn't used to have. It used to just be a 30-day free trial, but we believe so much in Replen Dashboard that we wanted to let you know that if you have 500 orders, it's your first 500 total orders on your Amazon account is free while you're using Replen Dashboard. So if you've already sold 100 things, those 100 things don't count. It's just while you're using Replen Dashboard. Now, the pricing is based on how much you sell. So as you grow, as you scale, then the pricing is going to go up as well. 4,000 monthly orders is a ton of orders for arbitrage and some wholesale sellers. And so that's where it starts to get more expensive. But ultimately, this is, we wanted to do it for people that are newer so they can afford it more. They can try it out, use it for as long as it takes them to hit that point, and we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and get into some of the demo of Replen Dashboard. Now, I am using a demo account. Whenever you log in, you will see this dashboard. Again, this is fake data, so some of it may be a little bit off. But I want to show you the power of this. Now, there are two different things that you will see. One is this inventory section here, and the next one is inventory 2. Now, this inventory section is what we used to have years ago, but people still like to use it, and so we keep it here for anybody that is interested in using the old format. We actually try to get you to redirect to the new page because I believe it's so much better, but I'm going to show you the stay here. This is what it used to look like, and it was tons of ugly columns that pull in from Amazon directly. So we have the information pull straight from Amazon. It connects to your account. The developers deal with all of that information. And so what we've done for inventory too is we made it much simpler, cleaner, and nicer looking to where it's not as many columns. There are still a lot, but you can actually hover over a lot of this and see all the condensed information for how we came up with these calculations and all of that kind of stuff. That's a very helpful tool from that perspective. Also, if you don't like all of these columns and you only want a few different ones, you can actually come over here, click on Show Hide Columns, and you can show or hide anything that you want within your own inventory dashboard. So if you wanted to add things, you could. If you wanted to take them away, you could. Now, what the power of Replen Dashboard is doing is because arbitrage sellers have so many fluctuations in their products that they're selling, such as the pricing fluctuations, the seller count fluctuations, if you're even getting the buy box, if it's suppressed, if it's meltable, all of these things come into play for arbitrage. This is why we had to make this software, because what we saw is the other inventory management programs were specifically designed for private label sellers who have no competition directly on that particular product listing. They obviously have competition on other listings, but not on that particular listing. And so we wanted to present with you the actual data of what you are selling. So you can actually come over here and we can see that this is a 30-day buy quantity recommendation. You can hover over that and it'll say, oh, okay, you've sold 9 units, you've got 2 pending orders, you've got 5 in inventory, and then you've got 6 recommended buy list adjustment. That's how many we recommend that you are purchasing, just strictly based off of your own data. Now, if you want to see 60 and 90 days, like I said earlier, you can show and hide columns. You can come over here and click the 60 and 90 day buy quantity recommendations. And then once we refresh the page, it was most likely added to the end over here, so you can actually reorder the column. So I can reset the column order if I want to, and it'll put it back in the original order. I can move things around if I want it over there, etc. So that's a pretty nice thing. But I'm gonna click Reset Columns Order, so that way we've got it in the typical order. But it is nice. If you wanted to see certain things on this first portion of this page, then great, you can move the order around. But anyway, it'll show you how many we recommend you purchase for 30, 60, and 90 days based on your actual sales data. We aren't using an algorithm. We're using your data based off what you've sent in. Now, you can see over here, you can just do a regular bulk select, however you want to do that. You can also mark things as replenishable. So if you're buying clearance items or you're buying liquidations and you can't replenish them, then don't mark it, because you can actually just come in here and select that you want to see all the replen items, and then you can make your repurchasing shopping list. It's super easy to do that. And that's why I love the power of this, because ultimately, if you are doing a mix of replenishable products and a mix of clearance products for arbitrage, well, then you can select or deselect what's a replen. Additionally, meltable. This is something that Amazon dictates to us. And so if there's anything that is meltable, it will be automatically selected and grayed out so that you can't deselect it. But if you wanted to add something to meltable because you realize Amazon didn't catch it, you can just select that product and it'll show that it is meltable in the list, right? So if you were to do that. Now, because it's a demo account, we don't have any meltable products actually in here. Probably should, but we don't. So I'm going to deselect that. Same with hazmat. All of this, if you know that you're selling hazmat products, you will want to select the items that are hazmat, so that way you can run the list based off of that information. Now you'll see here under type single, and the reason is because we can actually build multi-packs and bundles. So if you are selling something that has 2 or 3 units in that same particular product, you can build out multi-packs and bundles. There's a whole process for that. You can see it here as well, multi-packs and bundles, and I'm not going to get into that now because there's a whole onboarding thing for how to do that. But it will then track all the different component pieces between multi-packs. So let's say you've got an ASIN with one of these Altoids wintergreen, and you've got an ASIN with 2 of these Altoid wintergreens, and you set it up that way, and you've got a bundle with the wintergreen and the peppermint, right? You set it up, they will tie together, and whenever you make your buy list, it will tell you to buy 20 of this one particular thing, because it will then add it into all the other items whenever you buy them. So you don't have to track it by the particular ASIN if you don't want to. You can actually track it by the component pieces to make your shopping list so much simpler. Now here, you can see the title, the ASIN, etc. It connects to Keepa. If you click that button, go straight to Keepa, and you can actually see some basic information on the Keepa chart as well. You can select the ASIN, select the SKU, etc. You can even change the title if you wanted to by clicking that. You can make it whatever you want. And then you can actually revert it to the original title. Some people like to use it to make it more basic or easier for them to find items. And so we did that based off user suggestions, but I'm going to restore that. You can also see Amazon FBA or Amazon FBM. You can even search using Google Lens for the product. So if you have a supplier that ran out of this particular item, it will search Google by that picture, by the main picture. Now, got to be careful with it. You might have some really crazy results depending on if it's like a dog product that has a golden retriever in it. You might just get golden retriever products, but ultimately it can help you find suppliers for that same item if you're looking for more. And so I really love that. This is your quantity on hand at Amazon. You can see all the information broken out there. You can see how many you have in local inventory. So if you use a prep center, or if you just store stuff at your home, then local inventory is key, because then you can see all the information. If there's any recent transactions, you can see who made those transactions, etc. Again, there's onboarding for all of this, but I want to show you the power of it, because you can actually keep track of all of your prep center items here. The reason is, as soon as the prep center or you send in a shipment to Amazon, we're connected to your Amazon account. Replen Dashboard will pick up that data and remove it from local inventory. So if you had 10 here and you sent 5 in a shipment, as soon as those 5 pull in from that shipment, it will reduce it down from 10 down to 5. So it's very slick, especially with the prep center, so you can keep track of everything that's been sent there, everything that's been received, and everything that's been sent out. And you can see all of the recent transactions, if anything was manually moved or if it was shopped from the mobile app, which I can show you here in a minute as well. Now, by quantity is how many that you want to purchase. This will show up on your mobile app, and I don't believe I have anything listed in here, so I'm just going to start putting in a few items and have it update for me, and that way we'll have some things to look at in a minute. And so you can see as I'm entering those in, all these 30, 60, and 90-day quantities are also adjusting, because it was recommending 6 before. I put 5 in there, so now it's recommending 1. This was recommending 0, so now I put 2 in there. It's saying -2. It's telling you that you have too much in there, which you can do, and it's totally fine, but it's still something to keep in mind that we try to update it very quickly for you. 30, 60, 90 days we went through. The profit amount, we are showing that based on how you set up your profitability settings. I typically recommend using the buy box over here as the price for that, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But you can see all the profit, all the ROI based on that calculation, your profit margins, and you can also see all of your costs. Now, these costs can be imported in from like Inventory Lab or a spreadsheet or something. You would just export the information from an Inventory Lab or some other software that you use to track that, and you'd import all of your costs using your SKUs. Takes less than 2 or 3 minutes to do, very simple. Or you can just manually adjust them. If you want to say this is now $72, super simple, right? And it will adjust that for you. Also, if you make a mistake, you can click the undo button and it will undo that right away. So that was a recommendation that was highly needed. This is your current price. Now you'll see these little red squares here. That is when your price is higher than the buy box price. So you'll see $55.50 is your price. The buy box is at $51.65, and we want to alert you that, hey, your price is higher. So you may want to not buy as many, or you may want to lower your price because of that. So we like to give you that ability to see that information easily. Buy box price is pretty self-explanatory. You can see the lowest total offer and the lowest FBA offer, which are both very important. I'm trying to see if there are any discrepancies on this. There aren't, so it seems like the lowest FBA is the lowest buy box as well here. But ultimately, this is where you can start to see, okay, well, if the buy box was $51.65, the lowest FBA is $53, and I'm at $55.50, maybe I lower my price to $53 instead of $51.65, right? So that's where that power can come in. Number of sellers, if you'd like to track that, that is very helpful. So we are actually working in the back end to start tracking that to tell you if it's going up or down, but right now you'll have to rely on Keepa for that information. But ultimately, this is, in my opinion, extremely helpful. Sales rank, if you care about sales rank, it will show up there. This is for all you online arbitrage sellers. If you want to input buy links, you can actually put all the links to the stores, and whenever you need to repurchase something, just click the link and then add it to your cart, and you can sell it. So if you wanted to do a whole list on Supermart here, which is your supplier, you could just search by Supermart. Let's go with this one right there. Go with Supermart, and then you could just click all the links that you needed to repurchase, and you could do one whole order. It's extremely simple, and we did it that way on purpose because a lot of online arbitrage sellers, or even wholesale, right? If you've got a wholesale distributor that has an online distributor portal, just click the link, and it will help you to go and buy it, because you can input as many links as you want, by the way. So if you have the same product you can purchase at Walmart or Target or elsewhere, put all the different buy links in there, and that will help. Store section is for you retail arbitrage shoppers. If you are segmenting your list by grocery, by home and kitchen, by office, etc., you can put all those sections in there and then sort the sections as you're doing your shopping so that you can just quickly grab the items that you need. This information also pulls up in the Replen Dashboard mobile app. And so I'm just going to put in some information here so that it will pull over. You could also do things like A2 if you have some sort of a home store, or if you know Kilo Mart has the same exact aisles, you could start doing that kind of a thing, because that way if you're at Kilo Mart, you can just go by aisle. Really depends on your own preference, but it's something to keep in mind. Tax code pulls over from the mobile app. You can also select the tax code if you need to here, but that's up to you. That is just something that comes from the mobile app for your shipments. Notes, you can put whatever you want in there. Also active, inactive, small and light. If you have any products in small and light, this one says yes. That's something to keep in mind. It says yes, but the price is a little high, in my opinion, for the small and light. But you can see here, it shows S&L fee, and then it gives you, if you were to hover over this, because you're not at the $12 maximum price, it's saying you don't get that as small and light fee. But if you were to be at the $12 price, you would have a negative $7 profit, but ultimately it gives you that information so you know if you need to lower your price to be in the small and light program for it. And also if you were to hover over any of these other things as well, it doesn't show it unless it's enrolled in small and light. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, those are the main things that that I wanted to cover on the actual inventory too. You can see how this data is super helpful for you to create your purchasing, your shopping list, etc. Also, if you wanted to add things to track, things that you haven't purchased yet, or things that you want to go out and purchase, you can click this Add Product button up top, enter as many ASINs as you want, and the products will pull back, and you can add it and just track it. You don't have to go buy it. It doesn't get added to your Seller Central inventory, but what happens is it gets added to this, so you can track if the price is going up, if it's going down, etc. It helps so much for seasonal inventory, and it also helps if you are rabbit trailing off of some of your ASINs and you realize, oh, there's another ASIN that I would like to add this product to. You can add it in there, and then it will easily be added to your mobile app buy list. And at that point, you can just add it to your inventory. Once you send that product in with a SKU, it will tie together with your Seller Central inventory. It's really slick, and I love that portion. Additionally, we have buy lists here. So if you have multiple buy lists, these are things that you would create through the Replen Dashboard mobile app, and I will show you that in a minute. But you can also click here to view the items, or you can archive it. So if I view the items, you can see this is an inflatable pool, but you can generate a prep guide, which is something I did not cover. You can also download the buy list. So if you wanted to use the Inventory Lab shipping process, you can download the buy list and upload that to Inventory Lab. You can also download a shipping plan. If you're just using Seller Central and not using Replen, or not using Inventory Lab or something similar, if you're just using Seller Central, download the shipping plan. You can upload that template to Seller Central for your shipments to be done. So much easier. You can also email this, etc. Now the prep guide is something that it's going to open. It's probably not going to have anything because we haven't entered in that information, but you can use this for your particular preppers. So if you do have a prep team, or you're trying to train somebody to do it, enter in all the prep information, and it will tell you what labels go with it and what packing materials go with it. And you can print that. That was a recommendation by one of our users, and I love it. If we go back to the inventory section, I'm going to have to add the prep guide back in so that I can show you. But here, if I click prep guide, go to inventory 2, the prep guide is right here. Now, if I select to edit it, I can add in any poly bags that I want to. I can add in any box sizes that I want to. I can tell it if I want craft paper, etc. So this is building a system for prepping every product in your business. So if you're new, this becomes real simple because you can start now for free up to those 500 orders until you hit that. And you can be building all these processes. So as you grow and scale your business, it just makes it so much simpler as you're doing this for your own prep team. You can also add prep instructions or video links or standard operating procedures, whatever you need. And you can even put in the average prep time in seconds, and it will calculate your profit per hour based off of prep time, which gets a little detailed. And again, there's onboarding videos for that. But this is key, in my opinion, if you're looking to scale your business, which is why I said this video is the key to growing your Amazon arbitrage and your wholesale business using Replen Dashboard. So those buy lists, you can see all of the prep guides. You can even see all the archive stuff as well. Multi-packs and bundles, this gets a little detailed, but this is where you would build those multi-packs and bundles I mentioned earlier with all the child items, etc. So you can track all of the component pieces here and all of the main pieces there. And then all of your settings, if you wanted to set up your inventory settings that I showed earlier, you can get to it there. You can put things that are always on the buy list. You can put items here that you don't want to be shown, and it actually won't track for the pricing for Replen Dashboard. And then you can also do all of the show and hide columns. And then you can even invite users. And so Replen Dashboard, this is all fake information, but you can invite as many users as you need. If you've got 5 shoppers and 6 prep people or a bunch of virtual assistants, you can add as many people as you want. We don't charge you for it. We want you to be able to grow and scale your business. So this is something that is key, in my opinion, for you to be able to grow, because you can add as many team members with no limitations, and you can tell them what you want them to have the ability to do. Very nice. I love it. And then the last thing here is the profit. This is where you can set up your shipping rate per pound on average. I've got it at 25 cents, but maybe yours is 40 or 50 cents, or maybe it's 10 if you do different shipments. There's prep center fees as well. So if you know your prep center is going to charge you an average amount of a cost for particular products, you can add that in so it calculates into your profitability. And then here's where you choose the price to calculate your profits and your ROIs. By default, it's sale price, and your sale price is your actual price. Now, I recommend buy box because if you select the buy box price and it's suppressed, the system will use the lowest FBA. And if the lowest FBA price is not there, then the system will use your price. I think the buy box price is a better evaluator of your profitability because you're probably competing against the buy box. And so I'm going to click update calculations. It might take a little bit for that to update, but it's still something that you can see. Let's see if it's done it super quick. This is $7.50. Yep, it's using the buy box price of $7.50 already. And so that's very nice. Now, if I were to sort this, and you can see here, there's no buy box. It'll say NA, there's no buy box. And if I hover over this, it says the buy box is suppressed. So in that case, since there's no buy box, what is it choosing for your profit? Well, there's also no lowest FBA. And so here, if we hover over profit, it's using $225, which is your sale price, your actual price, and it even tells you why, so that you know why it's using that instead of the buy box price. Now let me go ahead and pull up the mobile app. 1 second. Okay, this is what it would look like as a mobile app, and I'm using it based off of my computer, but still, this is about what it looks like. You can check out the dimensions on everything here, but you can see all the items that I had from the buy list over here. Let's start with, this is the Trojan story. It has 5 items in the buy list. Is it there? It's right there, 5 items. So very simple. If you were to click into one of these things, this Alligator Records one, buy quantity 2, you can get to the Amazon listing, the Keepa graphs, and see all of the costs, the quantity, supplier, the store section of A2, and any notes that you had entered in, as well as the quantity, if there's an expiration date, your tax code, condition, cost, and then you can add it to particular buy lists. So I currently have this as tests, but I could create one, or I could search for a new one. If I click create, I can add a buy list by saying test. Let's just go with Ask Jimmy Smith test, just so we can see that. Click the little plus button. It was added, select it, click OK, and it's right there. So now we've added it to that particular buy list. Let's say I wanted to buy one of them, click add, and then you can see down at the bottom, there was one that was added. So we can see all that information and it will get added to the local inventory. If I go back here, we can see all of the different pieces of information for inventory. If you wanted to check out any of your ASINs, you can search for those. So let's go with the 1080p. Got a bunch of items there. So super simple. You can add items to your buy list by clicking into the inventory. You can access all of your inventory here. The dashboard's still working. But anyway, get back to the shopping list. You can also see all of the suppliers. If you just were at one particular store and you wanted to see the Kilo Mart ones or the store sections, if you wanted to see grocery, and I go back to all suppliers, here's the grocery items. You can segment the list based off store or based off grocery or any particular section. And you can also search for all of these items. The next thing you do is click on this, where you can get to the buy lists. You can see all of the different buy lists that we have, and I can click into the buy list to see the items that are on it. You can also archive things if I wanted to archive this one, and now the archived list is over here. So tons of really cool stuff that you can do with that. Now, again, if you go to replendashboard.com, you will have access to signing up for your first 500 total orders for free. If you're brand new, that can last for 10 months. It can last as long as you want, really. Hopefully, using Replen Dashboard, you'll get there much quicker because you'll be able to replenish items. But this is something that is key. If you have any questions, you can email us or contact us at support@replendashboard.com. Extremely simple and easy to use. I believe this is the key thing to growing your Amazon arbitrage business and wholesale, because this is tons of useful things for wholesale here. You can also export information, import information, export your local inventory, what you have on hand. You can actually see, how I updated that in the mobile buy list. You can see that there's now one in local inventory because I added it to the buy list. If I click show recent transactions, you can see the one was shopped from the Replen mobile app by demo user, and it was given the buy list reference number. So it updates extremely fast, and so very helpful depending on your needs and what you want to do with the software. And there you have it. That is the key, in my opinion, to growing and scaling your Amazon business. I am a little bit biased. It is a software company that I own, but I'm going to be talking about this more and more because we see so many testimonials come through. And this program is, I believe, underutilized in the space. It's just because I haven't really promoted it much. And so I'm going to continue to talk about it more, show you demos, show you different uses of it. The people that use it love it. And I've got huge sellers that use it, doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And we've got new sellers that are using it that are doing $100 a month. And so we wanted to change the pricing and give you an updated demo, since I haven't done a demo in a long time. If you have any questions, just remember, post them in the comment section down below so that you can get entered to win a physical copy of my best-selling book, Side Hustle to Full-Time Income. This will be extremely helpful in growing your business because it also comes with a free mini course and a free audiobook as well. If you're interested in joining a tight-knit community of sellers that are looking to grow and scale their businesses and be advanced sellers on Amazon, check out the Business Building Legends group. This is a group that I recently purchased and I've been in for years, and I'm really excited about the growth perspective of it. If you want to go to askjimmysmith.com/legends, you can check that out, and you can even apply to be a member if you so desire. So it's a great community, continuing to grow and scale, tons of content, years of content in there, and a lot of group mentoring and help there as well. But if anybody has any questions or concerns, please post them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.